Well, I guess technical difficulties start this off with motivation, meditation, inspiration. I know that a lot of you out there might be facing off against challenges, or you might have things that you've gone through or that you're going through. Often we think that when challenges come, we are unable to overcome the challenges, and we're unable to find ourselves within our being. I think that when we find a way to overcome challenges through focus, through discipline, through mentality, motivation, meditation, inspiration is what I've been building for quite some time. It's a mentality to get inwards, a mentality to believe in yourself and to believe in your being, that you have what it takes. I been looking often a lot inwards, and finding a way to be ourselves, to be who we are on the inside, and it's really brought me to a place of understanding that what we seek inside of ourselves, what we seek inside of our being, inside of our purpose, is part of this journey. It's part of this path that we're on, that we're going through. I would inspire you to find yourselves and to find that focus, that knowledge, that discipline that you seek out, that you want to have. It's quite amazing when challenges come our way and we find a way to overcome the challenges, when we find a way to manifest from within, to be motivation, to be meditation, to be inspiration. Motivation, meditation, and inspiration is about you. It's about your ability to find yourself, to open up within who you are. A lot of times we seek for other people to do things for us. We seek for other people to find the path that only we can track, that only we can be on. And so here I am, I want to share this with you, that if you feel like giving up right now, it's a sign that things are happening in your life, that you are on the edge of overcoming challenge, that you are on the edge of finding a way through. And you might be going through something right now that you don't know if you can make it through. You might feel like you need other people's help, like you need other people's approval, the only approval you need is your own. You have to find that part that focuses to that place where you're willing to overcome. And it's not easy. I will say that much. It's not easy to find that kind of a place within who you are. It's not easy to face things that are not going to have the perfect results. It's not easy to face things that are going to open your mind, your being, to challenges that you don't even know if you can overcome. But what happens in the process of doing that? What happens in the process of you finding yourself? What happens in the process of you becoming that person is you will find that you can. when you do, and you truly start to overcome, when you start to manifest from within your being, when your purpose starts to become that place inside of who you are, when you start to believe in yourself and in your abilities, you will start to believe that it's possible. Okay, and inside of that possibility is results. Inside of that possibility is mentality. Inside of that possibility is you. And when you find yourself, when you find the way to not allow the things that are going on around you to affect you, when you allow the things to move out of the way that aren't meant to be there, when you allow yourself to find a way through your challenges, when you find yourself, you will believe in you. And that is what it's about. It's about finding a way to believe in yourself, to ask yourself this question every day. Is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Because if it's not one of the three, I have a question for you. What is it? If it's not motivation, if it's not meditation, if it's not inspiration, what is it that you're seeking out after? Are you seeking out after the things that are bringing you a positive result? Are you seeking out after the things that will bring you through the challenges? Are you seeking out after the things that will uplift you, that will be a light in your life, that will be a place that you seek out to go? Or are you seeking out things that aren't that? You know what I'm saying? So what is it that you are looking for? Are you looking for a positive outlook? Are you looking for a positive way? Are you looking for a part of yourself that nobody else can do? And when you do that, you start to find your being is worth it. When you start to do that, you start to find your being is a manifestation, that your human being is you. And what does that mean to be? What does that mean to truly sit inside of one's mind, to go through one's challenges, to go through one's place? But unless you spend a little bit of time on yourself, how can you overcome the challenges? How can you overcome the things that other people wouldn't? And this is what motivation, meditation, and inspiration means. It means the ability to focus to the point where we go beyond focus to the place of discipline, where knowledge and focus lay at the seat of discipline. And so, are we doing that in our lives? Are we finding that kind of a way? Are we finding that kind of a purpose? Are we finding that kind of a path? Are we finding that kind of a journey? And, it's kind of funny because when we're going through challenges, you might face off against something that you didn't know you could make it through. And it might really, really, really affect you. And when you're sitting back later date and you're looking at that, when you're sitting back and you're looking at what happened, you'll sit back and you will think of all the things that you did. Okay, so what about like going for a hike, right? So a person goes for a hike, and on this hike, they start to seek out things that are there for them. And so they start to see the trees, they start to see the forest, they start to feel the breath in it, they start to want to manifest, to start to want to be who they are. And what does that mean? What exactly is who you are mean? And it's when you have nothing that you have everything. It's when, one tarot card reader with her Miss Lisa, who's Pisces Studios, okay, born the same day as me, February 19th. She talks her mind. I remember hearing a statement that if you talk your mind, then you get to keep it. And, I mean, 440 podcasts later, motivation, meditation, inspiration, multiple platforms, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. And I'm speaking my mind. I'm speaking out into the reality, into the being, the actual purpose of motivation, meditation, and inspiration is to help other people. It's to help them to manifest greatness within their lives. I hope to inspire you to start to find yourselves inside of your challenges. Because when you spend that kind of time on yourself, a lot of people out here, they see me doing meditation and doing standing pose. I realize that when we spend time on ourselves, we find a way to make everything else work in our lives. Yeah. When we find time for our beings, we start to, in a sense, find a place within who we are. I know that when I spend time working on me, that it brings that part out that's meant to be. It brings that part out that manifests. It brings that part out that will find a part of who you are, and ask yourself the question, what do I want to become? What do I want to face off against? What is it that I want to achieve? And you see, when you start to ask yourself those types of questions, you start to find that your ability within who you are will become a light. Yeah, it will become a beacon that not only yourself but other people will become inspired by it. And I know, at least for myself, that when I am doing that, it really brings me closer to what I want to become. I look at our mentality as a place of going beyond, where we can really find ourselves, where we can find our purpose. A lot of people out there stop themselves before they have what it takes. They stop themselves before they have an ability, And I want you to see that your purpose is worth it. want to talk a little bit about focus. When we're trying to find a place of focus, okay, we often forget about our own. Trying to find a focus inside of ourselves, we often forget that we have what it takes. We forget that it is inside of that place, inside of ourselves, where we will find our being. And, I know, at least for myself, that when I am put to a test where I have to seek out the solution, when I'm put to a test where I have to seek out the ability, when I'm put to a test where what I have going inside becomes the ability, it literally finds its way into my mentality to become a vibration. And once it becomes a vibration, I'm going to go do it. And so I started this channel, motivation, meditation, inspiration in that process, because I saw other people going through challenges. I saw other people that were facing off against things, let alone did I know how much it would really truly work with me too. How much it would truly work inside of me to find a way to believe in oneself, to find a way to believe in one's ability. I realize that when we focus, we achieve. When we focus, we can manifest. When we focus, one of my favorite motivational speakers is Les Brown. And the reason why is because once Les Brown was asked a question, he was sleeping in his office. Okay, he was working out of his office. He was there in his office, and he was asked a question. He was asked, they told him, don't sleep in your office. And his reply was, I'm not sleeping in my office. All I'm asking for is to be able to work long hours. And inside of that test, the vibration, okay, that showed up from that place is that the mentality is that no matter if you can't find a way, you're going to make a way. If you have the ability to overcome challenges, if you have the ability to let the things leave your life that aren't meant for your life, that the things that are meant for your life will actually find their way in your direction. That positive forces work, that the ability inside of yourself is to become, that when you give yourself space, when you give yourself a place to be you, when you give yourself the ability to believe in who you are, that you have that ability to overcome your challenges. And when I started to realize this, when I started to become this person that spoke motivation, that spoke meditation, that opened up within oneself, that made the being available, the purpose available, the path, the journey, the place inside of who we are starts to open up. And so, are we able to do that? Are we able to spend that kind of time on ourselves? Are we able to spend that kind of time inside of our space? It's amazing what it takes to get inwards at that kind of level. I'm still trying to figure this out. These parts of ourselves that find who we are, that find our purpose, Because what happens in the process is what matters the most. What happens in the process of you finding yourself, what happens in the process of you becoming that light, is that you will find that you have what it takes. And see, a lot of people, they stop themselves from getting there. And, I am still trying to understand this because, I didn't grow up in the perfect home. I grew up in a place where I learned that we needed to help each other, but helping each other to the point where we didn't know ourselves. And see, when you find yourself, it's going to be where you have the ability to uplift other people. When you find yourself, it's going to be where you're going to overcome. When you find yourself, it's going to be where you manifest. Where you find yourself, you're going to believe in you. And a lot of people don't believe in themselves. They don't truly believe that they have what it takes. They don't truly believe that they can manifest from within who they are. They believe that when you go beyond your challenges, finally we got it. All right. Yay, we're finally live on YouTube. So when you start to believe in yourself and you start to believe in your being, a certain part of you opens up, okay? And this part of you that opens up is the part of you that says, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to manifest this. When we ask the question, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Because if it's not one of the three, I don't want it. Where do you go in your mind? I want to ask you that question. What is it that you take? What is it that you, and it's inside of ourselves that, we truly will find that space. I'm truly enjoying the fact that I'm finding that what we seek out inside becomes a manifestation on the outside. What we seek inside becomes a result on the outside. Where your mind is, what is it that your mind is working on? What is it that your mind is manifesting? I think about motivation, I think about meditation, I think about inspiration, I think about you guys out there. And, YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, podcasts, they've all been a part of the process of achieving that. They've become the part that has manifested this, what you're seeing right now. I finally am finding footing, finding that the mentality of becoming motivated. I look forward to many videos to come here. I look forward to a crowd of people that are going to show up, that are going to work with me, that are going to really want to start to get into motivation, into meditation, into inspiration. It's amazing what your mind can do. It's amazing when you put yourself to the test where you will no longer accept how other people treat you. Yeah, you will no longer accept how other people will act towards you. When you will find a part of yourself where you go inwards, when you will truly find that within yourselves. And now we have, a foundation to build on. So I'm going to start doing that every day. I'm going to start getting on top of my daily podcasts, my daily motivation, my morning meditation. I'm going to start recording my meditation every day. I'm going to start getting inwards and start caring about oneself. one's being, one's purpose. Start writing stuff down again. I want to inspire you to do so as well yourself. I want to inspire you to use motivation, meditation, and inspiration. I was asked, in a position where I'm looking to get, that what are you? What are you? And I asked this question of me, and I said, I am motivation, meditation, and inspiration. That's who I am. Okay, that's who this person is. Okay, these 3 stripes on my shoulder, right? This tattoo that I carry is motivation, is meditation, and is inspiration. Okay, that's what I stand for. What do you stand for? What is it that brings out light inside of you? What is it that connects you with the Most High God? What is it that brings you to a place where you believe in yourself, and when you start to believe in your abilities, you start to open up? I know that the light that shines within sometimes doesn't feel bright. I know the light that shines within sometimes doesn't feel like you can do it. Sometimes it doesn't feel like you have what it takes. Sometimes it feels like you don't have what it is to overcome. But when you find that light inside of yourself, when you find that light, it will start to shine. It will start to open up parts of you that give you the ability to overcome. And when we truly start to overcome, when we truly start to manifest, when we truly start to care for ourselves, when we start to care for our being, when we start to put into place action, when we start to manifest, when we start to do what is called love ourselves first, the light shines outwards. It becomes bright. It becomes a place where you believe in you. And the people that are meant to be in your life come into your life when you believe in yourself, when you believe that you have what it takes, when you're willing to be who you are. And, I had to let a part of that go, yeah. I had to realize that I needed to rely on me. I needed to rely on the one within. That what I needed was ready within who I am. That what I needed was to get that place where I believe in myself, where I believe in my journey, where what I have going on goes beyond, and I truly hope that you can find that focus inside of yourselves to where you find that place where you can go, where you find that place where you can manifest, where you find that place where you can believe that you have what it takes. See, I look within for the answers. When we are facing challenge, what are we seeking out? And it is greatness. It is to become an inspiration. It is to sit in front of a mic when you have 1 person or 1,000 or 3,000 or farther people hearing your words. It's when you start out and you have nobody. You start out and you continue to push. It's when motivation, meditation, inspiration becomes a part of your blood. When what you slept in a vehicle for 3 months for what? Okay, why did you sleep in a vehicle? What is it that you want? What is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you want to become? What is it that you want to teach? And I start to recognize as I sit here in this space, this is what I wanted. I wanted me. I wanted to no longer rely on other people to achieve this person, to become the light inside of this being. And it takes focus. It takes a place of focus. It takes a daily grind. It takes a daily ability. It takes a daily mentality. It takes you not settling for less than you want, that you achieve, that you can manifest, that you can become, that you have what it takes. See other people achieving their dreams. That's their dreams. You have to go after your dreams. You have to go after your goals. You have to go after your manifestation. If those people are going to be in your life, if they're going to be around you, if they're going to be with you, they have to let you be you. They have to let you go through your challenges and go through your manifestation. You know, I am on here, and I'm grateful that, you know, my friend Richard gave me this computer, that I might be able to go live on YouTube. You know, I'm grateful that we are a community of 1,700 plus people out there. You know, motivation, meditation, inspiration is growing every day. That we're building something for all of us. That we're a community of people that are asking the question, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? And I welcome you all. I welcome you to come into the community, you know, to shine your light, to shine your stories. I might not be always able to add your posts or such, but realize that when we find this kind of foundation, where we're a community of people that are uplifting each other, that are finding positive forces within the universe, that we're becoming something great, that manifestation opens up. And motivation, meditation, inspiration is about you. It's about you finding yourself in a place where you have what it takes. So, go ahead and do some meditation now.